Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Report. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Ray Man Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your soul story together. And we have a shout out this week to our new friends at ohmtimes.com. If you go to ohmtimes.com, you'll see one of the greatest lightworker magazines on the planet, and you will see our horoscopes there as well. Well, the sun is now in chapter 3 of Libra. This is the master shui, the passionate, intense part of the transit. We'll be working on our long-term partnerships, our romantic marriages, and strategic business alliances as well. The classic kind of cliche of sun in Libra. The moon will be a bit intense this week. It will actually go full by the end of the week. It begins in cutoff Aquarius, then we're juicy in Pisces for 3 days, then a full moon in Aries on Friday night, and then of course we have a chill weekend in Taurus where we'll be manifesting. The moon signs most affected are Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus, and the moons falling into the shadow or the dark side of the moon will be the Leo moon, Virgo moons, Libra, and Scorpio moons. Now, looking at orbits, man, this week it's kind of interesting. The moon, of course, starts in the crown, but then by the end of the week will shift all the way down to the root chakra for the full moon, which creates this opposition between the throat chakra and the root chakra. And because this is the full moon in Aries, this is the most intense full moon around survival, root chakra issues. So in each of your 12 horoscopes upstairs, I'll be talking about how this opposition might affect your health and how it affects your chakras in your system. Now, taking a look at the planets, let's start first with the constellations, a new little feature I put in this week, which I had pointed out. And we, of course, overlay the planets on top of this. There's a lot going on with the planets, and some of it has been going on for a long time, and I'm happy to announce some of it is finally ending. For one, we do have this trine between Black Lilith and Saturn. The good news is both Black Lilith and Saturn show that now they're unified at growing, moving forward, healing. And Black Lilith is at step 14 this week, which means that we're going to respond differently based on the fact that we are hopefully feeling karma free. This grand cross or grand square has finally broken apart. You can see that the sun has progressed. Thank goddess for that. Now there's still a T square going on between the three planets, Uranus, Pluto, and Black Lilith is a trigger there. However, with the sun out of this week you're going to find your life going faster and faster and faster because we're starting to feel our life let up. Remember, the sun is what we love. It is basically our life. And then this grand trine, this Black Lilith grand trine is still in effect, but because of Black Lilith being at step 14 and Saturn moving to step 12 at the end of the week, this is going to be a freeing, much more freeing grand trine, and this is going to be us rushing past like water rapids our old issues and probably finding ourselves emotionally in new issues. Well, let's dive in deep to your particular soul, but to do that we've got to take the ascension elevator up, so I'll see you upstairs at 33,000 feet.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Namaste, Sagittarius and Sag risings, and welcome to 33,000 feet for a bird's eye view of you. And for the Sages, things are intense. They are for all of us. You are stepping into a new social reputation or a new feeling of belonging. You're working on the I belong state of awareness, stepping into where your heart belongs. And it's been a treacherous path because you've had to step away from relationships that don't work or where you really don't belong, and you found yourself maybe as in a new light in the world, and maybe that's come from seeing people in your life that are not in the same light, and that's been weird. Of course, there's a test of faith all along with Saturn in Scorpio and Uranus in Aries. You're trying to find a way for your dreams to come true, but your own strength might be what's in the way. So this is where the predicaments of the Sag race are. And this week you're going to step into really beginning to be in a new world title or new world reputation or new world belonging that you have never experienced in your entire life. One that you frankly earned a couple years ago because you went through this a couple years ago, but you didn't have the inner faith to pull it off. Now you know what to do, you know where to go, and you've been through enough shit that you have the inner faith to pull it off. So that's where we are. Now, stepping in, we are going to move into innovation, the part of you that's going to dare to have a dream, dare to change the world. This is ascension in many ways because Pisces is the realm of sucking you into the world. Aquarius is where you decide to jump. And that's where you are. What is your utopia? Where are you going to jump? Where do Sagittarius see themselves? Where do you belong in the world? Under what reputation, etc.? Now, the sun is all passionate. You're going to have to navigate where you need to go next through your passion and your passionate connection to the world. Therefore, you must trust your own feelings. If you don't, you won't be able to pull off this week. And you must continue, since this is all about your connection to the world, your commitments to others are supreme and the reason why you will succeed. God universe always manifests through people, not through lotto tickets per se, but it is a person that buys a lotto ticket. Now, Saturn in Scorpio is going to decide and commit for you this week to never go back to the old faith issues again, to never fall into the old weeds and trepidation again. And moving forward, loving and trusting that you can do something with this inner faith. So in a sense, you're going to start to gamble this week. Really put your faith on the line somewhere. Your thoughts are deep in your subconscious, and a lot of this is still understanding more of the profound karmic connections you have on the planet. And you're going to be working through karma and this issue for a while. This is next month's topic. The one thing that's very clear is the North Node at 7 degrees is saying listen to your higher self. Now, Jupiter in the state of Cancer is the part that is forcing Sagittariuses to become a lot more flexible with personal boundaries. All right, this is forcing you to live in the acute moment of actual trust or not trust, maybe calling it moment by moment. Now, Black Lilith at step 14 does say the days when you were screwed over are over. Okay, that is over. The problem is you're going to sabotage your current deals and directions if you don't walk the earth as if you've never been screwed. You must really give the universe a free break, and you must walk around with a karma-free attitude. You must also love and trust your feelings. Again, that's a second sign. And again, be willing to invest in that trust. So if your feelings tell you it's something to do, you should do it. It might be your golden opportunity. So looking at this week, Jupiter says, love and trust your trust issues. Saturn says, love and trust and heal with inner faith. Uranus in Aries says, love and trust your inner child and what it's saying, and listen directly to the inner child, although that will be tested this week, FYI. Neptune in Pisces at 2 degrees retrograde is saying to be self-compassionate to yourself all the time with your feelings, and keep your feelings very babied, highly pampered up is the term I was looking for. And Pluto on my map now is direct at 9 degrees, saying to continue. It's now time. Basically, you want to move forward with new money plans. The old days of financial sabotage gone forever. The old days of bad investments gone forever. The old days of self-sabotage due to no self-esteem are over. Pluto 9 degrees says, go, do not pass, do not waste any time, move forward, and collect $200 too. So I'm trying to use a Monopoly reference, and I realized you don't get $200 in that reference, and the whole thing with you guys is you're supposed to get $400 now. Now, that said, on Sunday, the moon is in Aquarius, and so it's a weird and detached day. It's a weird and detached weekend. And what you're doing is you're kind of getting up the gall to love and trust that everything is going to move forward according to what you're hoping for. And you, at the end of the day, with the moon in Aquarius, it ultimately makes you overheady. It could put you thinking too much, overthinking, saying too much. And remember, the whole point is to love and trust where you're going in society and where you belong in society. So whatever it is you're going back and forth on Sunday, don't. On Monday, though, you have to kind of invest that. The moon moves into Pisces. And so you're really, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is actually what you would have have had the weekend. But unfortunately, you're going to need to kind of nurture yourself. And on Monday, you might need to really pamper and baby yourself. You may feel there's definitely a cloudy chance of anxiety. But Jupiter rules the day, so it also is a day where you feel like you have to perform and maybe go out and do something in society, make some sort of impression. And so you're having to nurture yourself on Monday. Incidentally, this is a good time to mention, for those of you who signed up for the free open house of the Guardian Agency, you'll get emails each day of the week that will remind you of this stuff and keep you attuned. In fact, they come at the time that you need them. That's the whole point. So particularly, I was sending out reminder emails on Monday for Sagittarius and Sag risings to be nice to themselves. So on Tuesday, there's quantum breakthrough potential. Again, the moon is in Pisces. You're nurturing, self-nurturing, being there for yourself. But you might have a full breakthrough as far as, or a breakdown. Something might go wrong in the world only for something to go right. And that's kind of how Tuesday is. So you might be chasing your own tail all day Tuesday. On Wednesday, though, is when the light bulb actually goes off. And the moon is still in Pisces, so it's a public thing. And you are feeling, I think, the connection. Because Mercury rules the day, the moon's in Pisces, you're on the edge of your inner child, and this is a whole issue of you and the public. So I think Wednesday there'll be some sort of public announcement, information, something that changes, which makes you feel better. On Thursday, now we're in the full moon. Now this full moon is a tug of war for Sagittarius between their inner child and, on the other hand, their social reputation. And really, your inner child has to trust that it will get what it wants and what it loves, but maybe in a way it doesn't know. So your inner, this is a dynamic strength, but also flexibility that needs to happen with the way you respond to your own heart. Venus rules the day on Thursday, but the moon crosses Uranus, so something will really hurt your heart, trip your heart up, threaten the day. And you must respond as the new, you in the world, the new title you're going for, the new belonging in the world. You must respond to your heart from the new belongings perspective. If you respond to your heart from the old belongings perspective over the full moon, you will have a broken heart and you will repeat the pattern. So on Thursday, you're actually trying to restore issues to the heart, but you have to overcome that. Friday, the full moon gets thicker now, or fuller, and the Neptune ruled day makes you very spiritual. So your inner child actually gets more vulnerable as you get more spiritual. And this is for you to really ask yourself, what does your heart want when it comes to the belonging? Are you doing stuff to please the world? Are you pleasing your own heart? You have to please your heart directly first. It can't be that you do 25 favors for other people and then you get to eat dessert or then you get to be paid. No, your heart has to be satisfied first. And so this full moon is a tug of war between where you think you have to be in the world and what your heart is telling you at the same time. And what you have to do is let go of anything that doesn't correspond to the earth, to the heart. Let go of titles that don't correspond, in the world, and let go of dreams your heart doesn't really want. Maybe your ego wanted it, not your heart, that sort of thing. But it's not until Saturday that you actually have to sign the contract or commit to whatever it is in the world you're trying to do. So if you're trying to make a difference or that utopia or go for the sale or whatever, Saturday you're actually deciding and committing. And the moon is in Taurus on Saturday, so life is very hyper aware for you. The energy is, could make you sick if you haven't taken care of yourself up until now. It is a full moon that's coming down. So Saturday is a day where you really need to try to put the work down and take the time necessary to commit to what your heart wants. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so taking a quick peek at next week, Mercury goes retrograde on Monday, the 21st, and that is probably the most intense aspect, 3 weeks of backwards thinking. And then down the rabbit hole we go on Wednesday. So we'll be wrapping up Libra next week, and that means you'll be wrapping up this social title stuff next week. Now, you may not know this, but I can't afford to send you down in the ascension elevator. Plus, that would make it a descension elevator. That's not cool. And instead, what we do is we're going to drop you out of a parachute. That's right. I think at Solmar.me, we have prices and specials worth jumping for. Like the Guardian Agency, our digital network that'll watch over you through email 7 days a week, 7 times a day. Come join our free open house next week. Just navigate to Solmar.me. While you're there, fill out your date of birth and email address in our custom form, and you'll get 7 days. Whee! No credit card required to sign up. Come on down. And while you're there, you might want to also check out the Orbits Report and Jupiter Gets Emotional. Now just $11.11 for limited time and for immediate download. At Solmar.me, mind, body, and soul improvement. Parachute not included. Namaste, Sag and Sag Risings, and now for your serious joy toy. Now, this is a little game I give you to play with yourself so that you can kind of role play through the week. Instead of an affirmation, I'd rather give you a game. And I call it the Serious Joy Toy. Last week I said you are going to, well, first of all, this goes back in time to you being able to have anything you want in life and anything you want in the world. I had started this off with you're going to start your own society. All right. And then we said last week, bring an assistant and create who gets an invite to your society and obviously decide who doesn't. And this is you helping you build your associations with the world. This week, it's time to do a dress rehearsal, and I would like you to imagineer a coming out speech. So I want you to come out in front of all of your friends and announce your new title and your new heartfelt thing. Now, you don't have to actually do this, but I think you should go through and have that conversation in your heart, give that speech, see the reactions, go through this role play. This is light casting. This is your serious joy toy. And this, I think, will prepare you quietly for your actual world power. Mwaha. All right, my Sagittarius, that's all I have for the week. I will see you in 7 days with more. Until next week, live, love, be.
Hello, my brothers and sisters, and welcome back to the most loving space on the internet. And you know what? It's Friday. It's finally Friday, and we got a whole bunch of content. That's right. No, we don't. What am I talking about?